Welcome everybody! Tonight we have the Grand Prix in Spain. On the circuit, the Barcelona-Catalunya. We have an 18-minute qualifying followed by a 33 laps race. Tonight I'm not alone. Who is alongside me tonight?
Hi, I'm Relive, first timer, let's have some fun.
Let's have some fun. That's the most important thing, as the first one is coming out of school, Patrick, for Red Bull. It's the first one coming out, but first let's see the world map. Where are we driving tonight? We are driving in Spain or in Barcelona. The circuit is 4.6 kilometers long. We have, as I said, a 33 lap race. The first Grand Prix was in 1991. It's a long time ago. Yeah, I hope we have an exciting qualifying and race tonight, because Barcelona is not a circuit where crashes are common, but let's see.
A lot of drivers coming out of pits now.
6 drivers in an outlap now. Okay, give me a second for the viewers for the stream, because there are things not working. Ah, that's why. Okay. Yeah, I fixed it. Let's try it again.
First lap set a 1:13.9 for Patrick, and Marvin instantly goes faster with the 30.6.
We have a yellow flag as sector 1. Official Exodus comes on top for now with a 1:12.9. That's the first time setting on the board now. Myth goes into P2 with a 13.3. 4 tenths behind him, and then he goes into P1 for now. So 1:11.8.
Gap.
It's a gap of 1.1 seconds. It's a big one.
Yeah.
Whoops into P2, 3 tenths behind Danny. Oh, as even Myth Shadow goes even faster with an 1:11.5.
Wow, big gaps in front.
AZK in the Alpine goes into P6 for the 13.4. And Nino comes behind him and goes to P4. I think everyone is in an in-lap now.
No, I think...
Except from P1 finisher.
I think Trisco was in a flying lap, but got severely blocked by the Mercedes and had to avoid his lap.
P1 finisher is finishing his lap for now, comes into the last corner of the track. And P1 finisher goes into P5 with a 112.5, and that's only 400ths behind his teammate.
Yeah, I think Fisk is going for another lap. Another lap.
So Jordi is in an outlap at the moment. He's one of the 3 last drivers who needs to set a time. Treska drives at 122.8, so that was clearly something wrong in that lap.
Yeah, got blocked.
Treska going into turn 14 opens the DRS. And I think his ERS is empty for the last corner, but it is a P2 for him with an 11.7. 2/10 behind provisional pole. Jordi is in an hot lap too. Jordi over the finish line goes into P14 with a 14.0.
More and more people coming out of the pits, and a lot of drivers on out laps as well. Going out for another run.
Let's take a listen to the engines, to the engine from official Exodus as he opens his second fastest lap. Oh, that's a spin!
A spin.
Spin on the exit of turn 3. He touched the
Nearly
curb on the
holding ball
inside.
there.
He touched the curb on the inside. He was going wide on the exit, and that caused him to spin in his second run. And oh, that's another spin and a big crash there! As he tried to warm up his tires. And that went terribly wrong. So Fish Exodus is out of qualifying, he's currently on P8. Oh, and there's another collision between Stefke and Nino.
Will it be a time grid penalty? I don't think so. I haven't seen anything yet.
Yeah, they were both in an outlap, so it's not that bad for now. Stefke opens his second lap.
I see Antoine has also retired. Well, he hasn't set a lap yet. Bit weird.
Traffic coming into sector 3 now, and his split time for sector 2 is 3/10 faster. That means he
Really
will.
oversteer there.
Yeah, that means he will gain 2 positions into P7. Oh, that's a little.
Big moments in his last sector.
And he goes into the pits.
And he awards, yeah.
Myth Shadow, currently our professional pole driver, goes into turn 14 and he goes in the pits too. P1 finisher then, he's 1/10 faster. Means he will gain 1 position. That's the position of his teammate.
Does set a purple sector 2, I believe. Very nice corner speed.
Almost the ERS a little bit late, but he goes into P4 with an 11.9. 6/10 better than his last lap. AZK into P6. Triske is in his hot lap now, his second hot lap for him. The gap is 2/10 to the pole position time. Let's see if he can improve it. So 1/10 improvement for him in the first sector.
Purple sector 1 as well.
Oh, there's an Aston Martin crossing over the track, a little bit dangerous. Just on time.
Maybe getting a bit of slipstream from the Mercedes ahead. Just taking the slipstream a little bit.
A lot of traffic right there as he improves almost 3/10. And that's what he needs to get a pole position. Triske going into turn 13, followed by turn 14. Let's see where he can go, and he crosses the line, and it's provisional pole with an 111.4 for him. Just over a 10th between Triske and Shadow, as Shadow is in an out lap 2 now. Oops, goes into the pits. Stops his fast lap.
Had a big moment in the last sector. Spun and was on the track, almost getting hit by, I believe it was a Red Bull behind. But just got out of the way in time.
Myth is improving a little bit, 600ths of a second. Currently second driver for Mercedes, as his teammate is currently on P2. Only 900ths of a second improvement. There's a Red Bull that spun around. That is, I believe, Cool Patrick. Myth crosses the line. He sets it in P10. 13-0. It's a decent lap for him. As Myth Shadow is in his second hot lap for now, and a 1/10 improvement in sector 1. And in sector 2, he lost time. 300 slower than his last time. I think he was driving to the pits and tried to set a third hot lap. Is he doing it? No, he doesn't. He's finishing his lap for now. And he doesn't improve, so he stays on P2 with a 111.5. Then he also in a lap, he isn't gaining. No. Marvin was improving, but he's going into the pits. And Steve did improve by 1/10 of a second, but he didn't gain a position. let's take a look at P1 finisher's third hot lap. As he is on the way to get at least a front row for him.
Was a bit wide. Not invalid.
Well, that was lucky for him.
Yeah. And he lifts.
Yeah, he already stops his hot lap right here, and that's qualifying over for P1 finisher because he is not on time to get another lap. So I think his qualifying is over.
It probably is.
Currently no drivers who are improving their times.
I think maybe P1 finisher can do another lap here. He is going for a flying lap.
Yeah, he is trying to set another lap. So let's take a look at that. He is improving by 10th. He needs more to get a P3 position for the race. Let's see what he can do. The P2 and P3 are finished, and there was an AlphaTauri spinning in the background, so he's also done with qualifying. So Triske, I think he is safe for his pole position.
He is pushing right now on a flying lap.
400.
I don't think he has to.
P1 finisher is not gaining enough to get a pole position tonight. And I think Triske can celebrate his pole position.
The crossfly is 500s up. I think that one's in the bag.
P1 finisher didn't improve, and that means Triske is on pole position tonight, but he is still improving. See what time it comes out here.
This is just a flex at this point.
Yes, it definitely is a 111.3. And that means Triske is on pole position by clearly 2 tenths. We have Myth Shadow on P2, currently our championship leader. Danny on P3, P1 finisher on P4, Whoops on P5. AZK on for the Alpine, the leading Alpine driver on P6. Nino for the other Alpine is driving on P9. In between them are Jordi and Marvin, almost the same time. It's only 400s between Marvin and Jordi. And the final drive on the top 10 is official Exodus.
Bashed out after his first lap.
Yeah, that was a massive crash for him. Let's see what he can do in the race. We will come back to you in a moment.
Congratulations.
So welcome back to the race, and we see a lot of race. So there will be a full wet
Yes.
race for the drivers, and this is changing everything for now.
Wow. I hope the drivers adjusted their setups for this, because driving with a dry setup now in these conditions will be absolutely horrible.
Definitely will. So the race for the Formula 1 Aramco Gran Premio de España is almost starting. And I'm really excited for this one because heavy wet is, it's amazing. I love it. It's really amazing. So we have 33 laps, so it will be a long race for everyone.
Yeah, I did not expect this, especially on spin.
So the formation lap is starting right now with Triske on pole position. And
Sefke
alongside
already
him, Myth
disqualified?
Shadow. So Max Verstappen was the youngest driver ever to win a Formula 1 race, and it was on this track, not in the rain, but because both Mercedes drivers took each other out, which caused Max Verstappen to be the youngest race winner in Formula 1 history with 18 years and 228 days. That's a pretty special one.
Yeah,
and
I
I
think
hope,
it'll be broken again.
yeah, and I hope Triske can get his first victory here, but for this season. Last race, Myth Shadow was the driver who took the first place. So let's see who will come out on top. You see everyone on the full wets, and that's what I expect it to be. This track is an absolute disaster. And especially for my
That's an
frames,
Alpine
if I see this.
Is it chaos in the wall? Does not have damage, I believe.
Oh, he's in the wall indeed. His car looks good. But the tires are not happy with that.
No. I think. Ooh, as Myth Shadow almost spins round. Huge tank slapper. I think the tires will be ice cold right now because one lap in these conditions just isn't enough.
It is not enough. So I'm really curious how much chaos we will see in the upcoming 2 laps.
Starts going to be very difficult for the drivers as well because I don't think many of them have practiced full wet starts.
No, I don't think so. I'm really excited for this one.
Let's see what they can do.
Last one driving to the grid is AZK. And the 5 red lights are going on. I can't see them. Now I can see them. It's ice to the lights. And fit to the floor. That was a long one as we are underway for the Grand Prix in Spain. In full wet conditions, who is coming out on top? I see Triske has a pretty good start with Myth Shadow alongside him. Into turn 1, P1 finisher has a drive-through penalty for a jump start. As back in the pack, AZK gets spin around by Danny after a dive bomb in turn 1. So that's the first spin of this race, and behind it's a lot of chaos. There are a lot of spins. As I see Myth spun round in the Mercedes, Marvin is also spun round in turn 3. And Whoops has also spun round in turn 3, so there is big chaos in the first 3 turns. As we see, Triske has a really good start and is already almost 2 seconds ahead. In the midfield, they're still fighting for the positions as Ronald got a touch by Nino.
Wow, that gap is already just 2.5 seconds.
Yeah, that's an insane gap.
That's insane.
Cool Patrick on the inside in turn 10, and that's a collision between Sefke and Cool Patrick into turn 10. Both lost 1 position. So they're still fighting it out into turn 12. And Sefke gets on the inside of Nino, and that is not the cleanest fight I've seen, and that's almost a spin from Sefke, but he kept it out of the wall. And the first pit stop of the race is from P1 finisher. I think he has front wing damage.
Drive-through. No, it's a drive-through, I think.
Oh, he drive through. Yeah, you're absolutely right. These conditions are not easy to drive in, I'm sure.
Absolutely not. These groups are already starting to form. Trisk in the front, then P2 and P3.
Oh, AZK and Myth fighting into turn 3, and oh, that's almost a spin from AZK, a big save right there. She almost lost it on the traction.
Ooh, as Cool Patrick spins round and gets hit
Oh!
on the side, wheel is off.
There was a big one, and oh, Myth almost crashing into it.
Ooh, that's a dangerous.
There was a big
position
one, and there
standing
is a virtual safety car. Has come out. After the crash from Cool Patrick, he got touched by Myth, I think.
Yeah, was on his side and got hit from the side by another driver. And front left wheel came off. Race over.
So the first crash was in turn 4, I believe. 5, I'm sorry.
5.
But it is a virtual safety car. As Triske, yeah, I don't know. He's an alien.
5.5 seconds. That's abnormal.
And it's already green, so we are racing again. As Antoine has a pretty good restart. And LT boss was not good away. He lost already 3 positions almost.
Yeah.
He's on the inside in turn 1, Sefke on the outside. And Sefke is hanging on there, but that's not enough. LT boss can stay ahead. So my PC is not loving this rain.
The two are continuing to battle it out. Sefke is on the outside again. Trying to switch back doesn't really work.
I think Whoops had a little incident. There was a yellow flag and he lost 2 positions. Oh, Marvin has a collision. He lost his front wing. And I think he can make a pit stop once again. It's again a virtual safety car. And I think that's because of the complete front wing of Marvin that failed on the track.
I don't think it's gonna last long enough for him to make pit stop and not lose as much time as you would under normal conditions.
No, oh, Exote is going really wide there in turn 9. A lot of things happening in the opening laps, but it is fun, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least faster is fun.
And the gap between Triske and Shadow is fluctuating a lot. It was just 5 seconds and now it's 6.7 again. Don't know what's happening there.
So already green, and we see a train from P10 all the way to P13. So 4 cars in this train.
5.
5, I'm sorry. I see 4 cars.
Really? Maybe I can count.
Oh, Ronald retired from the session. I don't know if he crashed or not.
And that's a full safety car.
Oh, that's a full safety car. So there clearly was a crash, and I don't know what happened there. Let's see if Marvin can see him, but I don't think so.
No. In the wall at the exit turn 2. And Triske going into the pits.
Oh, there was a late call by the Ferrari driver. But Ferrari is used to make late calls.
Miss Shadow follows. And Danny doesn't.
I think it will be a busy pit lane now. Yeah, Danny is staying out.
Jordi as
So is
well.
Jordi.
And Antoine.
Oh, only
I think
the.
maybe going into the pits right now wasn't really the right call.
I think it is. And this shadow is falling back all the way into P8
Ooh,
now.
and that's P1 finisher driving into the back of Whoops.
Oh,
Loses front wing, but the wheels do stay on. And that's the McLaren coming up right now.
ooh. Yeah, he was ghosted.
That almost went
That was
wrong.
close, but
Okay.
oh, almost lost it into the wall.
But I guess a 5-second penalty as well. That's pretty deserved, I think.
Yeah, P1 finished as front wing damage again. So that will be the third front wing change of this race for Aston Martin.
Wow. Yeah, I think Triska is P3 right now, so maybe for him it was the right call, but I don't think it was for the other people that went in. With his pace and fresh tires, I think he can get that P1 back.
So now we're driving by the safety car. We can take a look to the current driver standings. We can see Miss Shadow on top for now with 20 points. He won the last race. The second Alfa Romeo driver, Zongo, is on P2, but he's not participating in this race tonight. I'm sorry, whoops, P2 with 17 points. Stein is not driving today. Yeah, he is. It is P1 finisher. Is currently on P3 in the championship with 15 points. So the Aston Martin driver is not doing well for his championship at the moment.
No.
And Myth Shadow just made a pit stop. So we can't say anything about that.
P1 finisher in the pits again to replace his front wing for the how many time?
Second time. But the third time for Aston Martin.
I hope they don't have to wait for P1 P1 finisher, because then it'll take a long time for the safety car.
I'm sorry, the first time P1 finisher got into pit, it was a drive-through penalty. So it's the second pit stop with front wing for Aston Martin.
And there, Marvin finally catches up to the pack. Took a while. And he goes onto the gravel.
Oh my god.
Never mind. And there he is. Safety car still not in.
I think they're waiting for P1 finisher to catch up.
Yeah. This is gonna be a long lap.
Oh, Sefka is dropping down.
What's happening there? I think he
left.
He's left. Weird.
His internet is gone, I think.
Probably. trying to see if I can read the tire temps on the wheels, but I can't really read them. But I think I see some 60 degrees, so the tires are absolutely ice cold. There we go. Safety car in this lap.
Safety car in this lap, which means we have a racing lap in lap 8 again. I think the safety car 3 laps out. Goes in, then he slows down a lot. Is it bringing chaos in the back? Yes, it is.
Let's see who's awake and who's sleeping. So long straight, so I think there'll be a lot of positions gained and lost here and there.
Safety car brings safety cars, that's what I always say. And oh, there's Danny on the throttle with a big tank slapper there. But Jordi was sleeping a little bit and Trisk is already in his tail.
Doesn't have the top speed though.
No, Jordi has a lot of top speed if I see this. But is he sending it in turn 1? No, he isn't. In the back, no one is going side by side into turn 1. Everyone is keeping clean. But Triska around the outside of turn 3 on Jordi, and that's a big move. On the outside, as Steve tries to get a double overtake there, but it is not going as he wants. Oh, going a little bit wide there.
This kid is hunting down Danny right now. Wanting that P1 back. I think he has a chance in this coming hairpin.
Now he's looking on the outside, now he's looking on the inside. He is outbraking Danny on the inside of turn 10. Is it... Does he yeah, he does. Enough? It is enough.
Is it enough? It is.
We have a new race leader. Triske back into the lead. That was a good restart by him, that's for sure. And we have a spin, that's AZK spun round. He's now going side by side with Sefke. He dropped down to P13.
It's very close in the back, but not that much going on really.
No, AJK struggling on the full wet tires right now. 2 big tank slappers in 2 corners.
Fight between Myth and Antoine going on right now. And Myth takes the lead on Antoine.
Sefke and Official Exodus were fighting in turn 7. Oh, Official Exodus, a lot of oversteer on the exit of turn 9. But it's not enough for Sefke to overtake him. Triske already a gap of almost 3 seconds.
And the fastest lap as well. Wow. Wow.
Oh, that's a spin in the background from Official Exodus. Driving backwards onto the track now. It's a little bit dangerous. But there are no cars coming around the last car. Oh, spinning again. And he goes into the pits, I think. Yeah, he is.
And Myth and Jordi finding as well. Goes around the outside of Jordi in turn 3.
Oh, LT Boss spun round. I think there was a touch between Altibos and Nino because he was driving really close behind him. And now he spun around, drops down to P12.
As official Exodus retires from the session.
Yeah, you can see the driver struggling in these conditions. Virtual safety car is out. I'm not sure why.
I think
Oh,
it's
that's
because of
ACK. He lost his front. Yeah, he lost his nose in turn 5. So that's why we have another virtual safety car.
31, I think. Very tricky conditions, yeah, and they'll bring safety cars.
Oh, mid shadow.
Drive through.
A drive-through penalty, and he was driving on P3.
That will hurt his race.
Ooh, Steve, a lot of oversteer on the exit of turn 16. The pit window is open for everyone now. Myth on the inside on turn 1, who was looking. He couldn't make the move on Steve.
On the inside. Gets a decent run.
Yeah, he is on the inside of turn 4. Is he making it? Yes, he is. He is on the inside of Steve. We're going side by side now into turn 5. Can Steve hold on into... Yeah, he can. Of course he can. And now he's braking a little bit too late. He outbrakes himself. Goes right into the grass. And now he lost 2 positions. Back into P8 as Myth goes into P6 for Mercedes.
Triska already has a gap of 10 seconds.
Yeah, that's
I think
unbelievable.
it's even faster than before.
Whoops on the inside in turn 10 on the inside of Myth. They're keeping it clean. And I think Whoops is past. No, he isn't. And that's a big touch as Whoops spins round in turn 10.
And Steve-O getting pushed. What? Oh, Stefke getting pushed by Steve-O.
That will cost him a lot of time. Myth Shadow serving his drive-through penalty right now. Yellow flag sector 3. Oh, there's a car crashing in the background. Not sure who it was. I think it was Whoops. It's going on the gravel.
Steve-O on the line in turn 1. There is a fight brewing there. I think Myth is looking to overtake Steve right now. Ooh, Steve going on the grass, getting a bad exit. And that's not completely clean. But it works as a defending move, I guess.
Yeah, Steve stays ahead of Myth for now. So they're going with 4 cars. Oh! Steve
off the track.
Steve goes wide, goes off the track, and now he lost 3 places. Down into P8, yellow flag sector 1. And a virtual safety car once again.
I think that's Marvin. At turn 2.
Yeah, it is.
Going backwards, going forwards. I think he lost the front wing. And he's
that's another spin. Ooh, he's lucky that he didn't crash out there.
Almost lost his wheel. Oh, there's a Ferrari coming. Dangerous stuff here. And that's Triska, by the way. Triska lapped Marvin.
Yeah, but I think it was an illegal overtake. It's chaos in the pit lane. 7 drivers are coming in for their pit stop now. Stefke got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. And of course everyone is putting new wets on the cars.
And Antoine goes on to the inters.
Antoine on the inters?
That's risky.
I don't think that will work out for him.
That ought to be a hero or zero move, because I think it is starting to rain a little bit less, but not enough to go onto inters.
No, that's surely not enough.
As
Antoine gets a drive-through penalty.
And inters maybe are a bit too fast. I think maybe if it starts raining less and less, it can dry up enough during the safety car, but the way it's looking now, I don't think it's the right time. But we don't have the weather info, the drivers do.
Striske is coming back into the pit lane again, but he has a free pit window. Marvin retired, and that's a full safety car. I don't know if he crashed out or not, but it is a full safety car.
That's in the pits. I think he gave up.
So we have 4 DNFs already. We are in lap 14, not even halfway through. So as I said, it is a really long race.
And Triska catching up the safety car. And he's in a world of his own right now. But everyone's going to line up again, right behind him. So he can probably drive away again. But there is hope.
Maybe you can fight the safety car driver then. At least someone to fight with.
Feels like I'm back in 2019. A Ferrari behind a Mercedes.
Antoine is not pitting for wets, so I think he's still happy with this choice.
I'm going to look at his telemetry. And
Oh!
He almost goes into the wall.
The commentator's curse.
It's real, people. It's real. I think I'm going to keep an eye on Antoine to see how the inters feel for him. For now, it's going okay.
Yeah, it doesn't seems like it's really terrible, but
we are driving slowly. Well, he's catching up to super fast. Maybe he's pushing a little bit. But I think when we're going racing again, it's gonna be way harder for him because he has to push on the throttle. And I think that pressure is going to get to him.
yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I don't think the intermediates were the right choices for him. Also, he has a drive-through penalty.
But you can't take it on a safety car, right?
No.
Drive-through, yeah. Everyone bunching up, last few people catching up to the pack as P1 finisher is in the back yet again.
So, Myth Shadow, currently our championship leader, is now driving in P3 for Mercedes. Doesn't look like he is, if he has a chance of winning this, because Triske is just driving away from everyone.
He is on 10 lap old wets as well. Still has to pit.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Or he just doesn't make a pit stop this race. I mean, with all the virtual and full safety cars we had,
Yeah.
I think it's realistic.
I don't know how worn his tires are, but it could be that he is trying that. Could be possible, yeah. But it is going to be difficult.
Safety car in this lap. The whole pack has catched up, and now it's Trescu who can make the restart. As we saw earlier this race, Danny going really slow, but Trescu is keeping it pretty cool.
I think he's going to go really late.
And he's away. And Danny had a decent reaction time. I think Myth Shadow has a better one.
Yeah.
Tresco already a gap of 8/10 on the straight. It's an insane gap as we see Whoops and Steve once again going side by side into turn 1. Earlier this race we saw that this is not the best duo to fight with. But they are keeping it clean. Tresco already a gap of 1.2 seconds. I don't think we have to look at that anymore.
Yeah, Antoine is losing a lot of time to Jordi right now, but he isn't really losing that much time to Nino behind him. I think he's dealing with it pretty well. Mid-corner he is losing a lot of time. So those inters weren't the right choice.
Oh, Sefka and Steve once again. Oh no, it's Sefka and Myth fighting into turn 10. And Sefka a little bit aggressive move, gets overstay on the exit. And now he's on the outside. Don't make the same mistake as you did earlier. And he doesn't.
As Whoops goes down the inside of Steve. Chad is him sleeping. Something happened with Sefka and Antoine in front.
Antoine is serving his grid penalty.
Antoine.
His drive-through. From this beautiful shot we can see P1 finisher trying to look down the inside of AZK into turn 1. Is he making it? No, he isn't. Needs to be patient. Whoops once again trying to overtake Myth. This time on the outside of turn 4. Is he making it? Yes, he is. But he is going wide. So he didn't make up the place. And now he's dive bombing it into turn 5. And that's a pretty clean fight. Little touch by Myth. And Sefka is, Whoops is finally past Myth. Oh, AZK spun round with Steve. And these two drivers are definitely not friends. And AZK spins again. Almost.
Surfs on the curb. Oh, there was P1 finisher. Spins round.
Instantly reset to track. I think he is getting a penalty for resetting the car to the track.
That is not allowed.
So Whoops is looking in the tail of his teammate right now, but he isn't fast enough to send it down the inside of turn 1. P1 finishers going into the pit lane, and I think that will be our 5th DNF.
I think it is, yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yep. So interesting fight here between P5, 6, and 7. Pretty close.
Oh, Steve had an incident again.
I think Myth is also catching up to the group because they are very close around each other, so they are losing a bit of time, which gives Myth the opportunity to catch up, which he almost has now.
Yellow flag, sector 1. Still
That's
yellow.
P1 finisher. I think that's P1 finisher. The ghost.
Danny is getting a lot on Trisk in the first sector. I don't know what's happening there. Oh, never mind.
It's very close here.
It's a good fight. Not the cleanest I've seen. Yellow flag sector 2. Don't know who that is. Could be Antoine. And the two Alpha Towers are fighting into turn 5. As Roops sends it down the inside. Can he make that one? Yes, he does. And he's immediately looking on the inside of Nino into turn 7.
Bit of touches, a few touches here and there.
There's no
evils?
space. Are they
What?
side by side? No, not side by side through turn 9. But Whoops is ahead of Nino.
Double overtake, basically. As Myth has now completely caught up to the group. I think he's gonna get mixed as well. I think Nino's holding up these three a bit because Whoops is already 1.6 seconds ahead of the group now. So Sefka will be looking to overtake Nino.
Oh, Myth with a switchback into turn 3. That was a close one
With a bit of
between
oversteer.
both of the drivers. And now he has the inside in turn 4. And he overtook Sef. Oh no, Sefka switchbacking it. That was a beautiful one. As we have Antoine, our 7th DNF. Sorry, our 6th DNF. Don't know if he crashed out or retired in the pit lane.
Ooh, Steve-O reset the track there. He's just falling past and caught him.
Sefka driving into the gearbox of Nino right there. To turn 9. And Sefka
Ooh, it's
is
very late braking.
down
Very
the
late,
inside,
yeah.
turn 10, and he's going wide into the gravel. Outbraked
Outbraked
himself.
That was way too late.
And I think Myth Shadow had a little incident too. He goes into the pit lane. I think he's making his pit stop now. Myth down the inside in turn 1. And Nino on the outside. And that's a beautiful fight right there. Now is Myth again on the inside for turn 3. And they're going 3 right into turn 3. That's a little incident. Little touch between Myth and Nino.
Little old Nino was turning in like Myth wasn't even there.
Luckily there were no
Almost took him out.
crashes there. That could have been a big incident.
This group are giving all the content. Everyone else is just in the world of their own. Gaps everywhere. But these three, they're looking nice and cozy. Steve gets a 5-second penalty, speeding in the pit lane. He is, I think, he DNF'd.
So, 7 DNF.
Nino going to the pits there. Myth also almost driving into the back of it, Nino.
And now there are no fights. And this is Triske driving 9.7 seconds ahead of Danny. That's a big gap.
something happened in front because he already was driving in P4, I think, and I was P3 with a big gap ahead of him. Oh, Myth Shadow pitted. That was it.
Yep.
As over there.
Myth Shadow and AZK going side by side, but Myth Shadow stays ahead.
Hey, pitted for new full wets. Everyone is on 8, 9, or 11 lap old wets right now. Only Myth is on 1 lap old wets. So he didn't try complete the race on those tires. But he was keeping his P3 pretty nicely.
Myth currently gaining a lot on the AlphaTauri in front of him. And Sefkit's going into the pit lane.
I think he's going to claim his penalty. Yep. Crew's waiting to jack him up, so he's taking his 5-second penalty.
Myth Shadow on the outside of turn 3 from LT Boss, and that's a beautiful move from him. Making a little bit of a comeback race.
Yeah, moving up the ranks. Very nice.
Now in P6 with a gap of 6.5 seconds in front. And that's his teammate.
See what he can do. Maybe Myth is going to let Myth Shadow by, I think. Will be the smart move, because Myth Shadow is racing through the back right now. Let's see if there will be some team orders. He's already gained 2 seconds in one sector.
Yeah, he's gaining a lot, he's fast. And that's why he's the current championship leader.
Exactly.
Whoops, going into the pit lane.
Also goes to full wets.
And LT Boss in the pit lane too. He goes to Inters.
Oh, really?
It's an interesting one.
I think Chef is giving some it's now Mark is giving some weird advice to some drivers, because is it really the right move?
Yeah, I don't think so, as Whoops looks on the inside, now on the outside of AZK into turn 5. But AZK goes wide, outbrakes himself, and that makes an easy overtake for Whoops into P6.
See.
And he's letting his teammate by. And Myth does the same.
Let's see if Myth Shadow can catch up to Yordi. I think he is, because the age difference between their tires is 8 laps.
He already has 8 laps older tires, I think.
Yep.
Yep. Myth is going into the pit lane.
The top 4 is just driving time Char right now.
Yeah.
10+ second gaps between them.
Goes to the wet tires once again. And the number 5 car is on the way.
I think I'm going to keep an eye on LT Boss, see if he wins or loses any time. Because maybe those inters will be valuable in the next coming laps. You never know what the weather will do. Defcon and Myth are battling again.
Sefka's waiting until turn 10 and he does so on the outside of Myth, and I think, no, that's not an easy pass because he does exactly the same as he did a few laps ago. Outbreaks himself into turn 1, and now he can start to move all over again. As you see, a yellow flag, sector 3, and that is AZK spun round on the exit of turn 11. Loses 2 places and drops down to 9th.
I do have something interesting to note. LT Boss is gaining a few tenths every lap on his own time, so the inters seem to be quicker. Not by much, but just a little bit.
That's interesting to
Improves
see.
his own time.
Yeah, I don't think the other cars are switching to inters because it's only 7 laps left, but we will see. Maybe we'll dry up really quick.
Yeah, LT Boss gained an entire second on his own best lap. It doesn't look like it's raining less, but if you look at the times, maybe. The Shadow, by the way, is just under 3 seconds behind Jordi. Gained a lot of time in the last few laps. Maybe that's going to be a podium for him. LT Boss is still gaining. I keep looking at his times. I think it's 7 laps left. I don't think. Oh, 6 laps left. I don't think it's gonna be much of a benefit to pit for inters now.
No, I don't think so, and it's still raining a lot, so it is not drying up really quickly.
No.
Myth Shadow in the second, sorry, is 7 tenths behind Jordi right now.
Oh, wow, that was quick.
Gaining really fast. I think Jordi made a little mistake. Can he do it? On the start-finish straight. He's trying. Jordi is defending the inside. Is he going for around the outside turn 1? He tries. He brakes really late. He doesn't make it.
Jordi defending for his life right now. I don't think it's gonna last that long because the tire difference again.
Yeah, the tire difference is really big.
15 lap old wets.
Myth Shadow.
Well, Myth Shadow is 7 lap old.
Trying to switch back Jordi right there.
And it kind of works.
Yeah, it works. The difference in traction is insane.
And there it goes. Off into the distance. 8th, 10th already.
Good move by Myth Shadow.
Clean as well. Ooh, LT Boss spinning out.
Ooh.
Just in turn 4. I would wanted to say he's still gaining time, but not like this. As he almost gets leapt by Triska.
Nino a 3-second time penalty, but
Probably for track limits. Sefk is almost losing his grasp on me. Just in and out of that 1 second range.
everyone is on in a race on his own right now.
Yes, Sefk got outside of the 1 second range now.
Yeah, all the action
Just-
on track is stopped.
I think if there ain't going to be any mistakes, this is our finishing order. Maybe Myth can make a mistake and Sefk can overtake him, but I think it's just a game of being consistent right now.
Spoken about consistency, I think Danny is one of the examples to look at.
Yeah, definitely. I haven't noticed him really, that's the good sign.
Yeah, that's the good thing about his driving this race.
Well, Jordi as well. Also very consistent.
Yeah.
As I said, he already gets a huge tank slapper in the second last corner. He's feeling those worn tires. I think Myth is catching up to Nino a lot. Nino does have a 3 second penalty, so Myth doesn't need to overtake Nino. But
Yeah,
maybe we'll get a
and
little bit of
Sefke
action.
is also between, in the 3 seconds.
That is true, barely. But he is. I think he has to speed up a bit as well. He probably sees that and is pushing right now. Looking at his inputs, I think Sefke is pushing. It's not enough, it seems.
Yellow flag, sector
Oh.
3.
What was that? Whoops. I don't know.
Oh, big tank slapper there by Nino.
And that's good news for Sefke because he is driving for his life right now. And I think the fight between Nino and Met will help him.
Oh, yellow flag, whoop, spun round. As Nino keeps holding on the 6th position for now on track. And
That
Myth
could
right
be
there on the
really
inside on the exit. Just won it on traction.
Yeah.
Nino holds on the outside. And he does pretty good.
Oh, that fighting is only up
He
in
keeps
second.
trying on the inside. There's a little touch between both of the drivers. And Nino has to give up now. And now he lost too much time to Sefke.
Yeah. He's trying to hold on to that P6, but he lost the battle. I think that's simply just on tires. And now Nino has also lost time to Sefke, which means he's going to lose another position on penalties.
Triske currently in the last lap of this race. And I don't have anything to say about him.
No, absolutely dominating. No mistakes, really. Good strategy as well.
Oh, Triske sliding around the last few corners. But he comes round. And he takes P1 for Ferrari. A dominant race by Triske. And I think that will do him good for the championship.
Definitely. 22 seconds behind. Danny goes around the last few corners.
A consistent race by him. Not dominant, but consistent. And he did everything he could. I didn't saw him making any mistakes. So I think he did a good job for Williams.
Yeah.
Takes P2, and that's also a good result for his championship. We'll gain a lot of places with that. Myth Shadow will come across the line 12 seconds later. A good comeback race after a late pit stop.
Definitely.
But I think he can be happy with that result. Jordi 13.5 seconds behind Myth Shadow. Comes home. Takes 4th place for Red Bull. And then whoops, it was a roller coaster of a race for him. Sliding around to the last corner, takes P5.
Huge find in the end stages of the race.
Myth coming home for in P6, and Nino almost crashes into the back. Sorry, almost crashes on the pit straight, on the start-finish straight, I have to say. And he dropped down one more place because of his 5-second time penalty. It means Sefke will gain 1 position.
Yeah. A Myth driver of the day. I think pretty deserved.
Yeah.
How many places did he gain? He gained 6. That's it.
That was tonight's race. Tier 4, round 2. Barcelona. I enjoyed it. How about you?
Yeah, the weather, it's crazy. It was a surprise as well for us because we didn't see the weather report.
Yeah, that was a really big surprise for us.
Amazing race, a lot of action, especially in the beginning. Still had some fights in the middle as well.
I hope to see you everyone next week again for Tier 3 and Tier 4. Renger, will you be there next week?
I can be. I don't know. You haven't invited me yet.
Do you want to commentate again next week?
Am I getting a contract here? What?
I can offer you something.
We're gonna get like some chocolates or something.
Okay, let's end this stream really fast. Thank you for watching, everyone, and